to the Sarawak coast, where sitting on a pile of silicon cushions and wearing a tassel hat is the world's leading financial expert, Mr. David Kuo. Good morning, David.
Good morning,
there you are, David. I'm all over the place here. Still trying to round up the names of every Chinese takeaway in the southeastern area. And 07786200949. Your local one, we must be slightly embarrassed whatever name they've given it when you walk in.
Well, it is a little, because it's called itself Shanghai.
Yeah.
And I went in there and said, well, what dishes do you have in here that comes from Shanghai?
Oh, that's the nightmare that every proprietor of a Chinese takeaway dreads. A smart-ass local coming, or a regional coming in saying, I'll be the judge of that. And they say, listen, fella, we're from Vietnam. What are we? Come on.
Yeah, we called it Shanghai.
And what do they have from Shanghai?
I said, you've got no dishes in here that come from Shanghai at all. I said, what right do you have to call yourself Shanghai?
And he said, that's because we're going to give you a drug, knock you out, put you in a cardboard box and ship you out somewhere.
I mean, how ridiculous is that?
It's not ridiculous at all. It's for the locals. It's not for people to nitpick when they go in there, you know?
Yeah, but you can't, pull the wool over the Europeans' eyes by calling yourself Shanghai when you're not Shanghai at all.
The one that nowadays called the Jade Dragon, but there's no dragon. It's just the name of the establishment. By the way, what about this IKEA thing last night?
I know.
Everyone's talking about it. It's the big story. It says there are 3,000 people. Who knew? Everyone was so nuts. Who knew it?
But if you make things cheap enough, people will turn up.
Yeah, but they've been like Woodstock, parking the car 6 boroughs away and walking there. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I know it has been. I apologise if you've suffered a trauma there last night, but got to say, let's not be hypocritical. Everybody off the air is saying, "What were they all doing?" Everyone's saying that. What were they all doing? And I've got to say, I've got a harsher line on it. I'm sorry. 3,000 people turning up at 1:30 to get £10 off a sofa. That would have been me on the hillside, I'm afraid, overlooking it. I'm sorry, you can't have that going on. 3,000 people parking cars. Carry on. Anyway, what's the first story you have for us?
Okay, I thought I'll start with Finnish dishwasher.
Okay. What have we got there?
Reckitt Benckiser. Exceedingly good result yesterday. And that was on the back of things like Vanish, Oxy Action, yeah?
Now, you and I know the supermarkets better than most. What is going on with Finnish? What is going on with Finnish?
Well, they're okay.
No, they used to have Finnish dishwasher tablets.
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's right.
Then they came with the red Super Ball in them. Right?
Yes.
And then they say new 3-in-1.
Yes.
Which has got the white Super Ball in it.
Now, 4-in-1.
4?
4-in-1 was launched the other week.
What's the fourth function? Take them out the dishwasher and put them back in the car?
They said 4-in-1, new, with rinse aid, with salt, with this, with that, to wash the dishes. And Wen says to me, just get, and you have to call them this already, the classic. Just get the normal one. Because the other ones, they don't seem to work. But now they've gone crazy. They're at 4-in-1.
Well, they're putting a lot of money into research. I mean, one of their latest products Well, one of their latest products is one that's being advertised on TV. It's called Cillit Bang. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Cillit Bang. What a great advert that is.
What is it?
Very hopelessly dubbed from a very cheap American infomercial. There's an American infomercial that's been cut down and had an English voiceover put on it.
What is it? What is the
Cillit Bang.
What is the
Cillit Bang. Cillit Bang's a grime buster, and it'll clean everything in your house. And part of the advert, they even take a coin and they put a dirty coin in there.
I see, okay.
Yeah, and
they have been doing that on shopping channels for years, haven't they?
Yeah, when you get the little thing that says actual time elapsed 4 days.
Yeah. I haven't seen it cleans anything.
It cleans anything, yeah. And it's just a wonderful advert.
No, it is very good. It's very badly dubbed.
How's it spelled? Cillit Bang.
Cillit Bang.
No.
Cillit.
Oh, see, I saw that in the shops, but I walked by because it looked like, sometimes they try and sneak some kind of dodgy import kind of things on the shelves, like especially in corner shops. I thought it was some weird cleaner from like Turkey or something. I'm not buying that.
No, with all due disrespect to cleaners from Turkey, of which two we employ at our house. I see what you mean by that. They haven't even bothered to change the product name, like Shanghai. Yeah. See, now you're approving of Cillit Bang, but you don't approve the Shanghai Chinese takeaway.
Well, Cillit Bang sort of says, it does what it says on the tin. Cillit Bang, yeah?
Which is what?
What?
To sell it.
And how big the bang? How big is the bang?
Well, I think bang says it all. You spray it onto the wall and
that's what he says on the advert. You spray it on and bang, and it's gone.
But how is it? See, you don't want to say you get your aerosol and then all of a sudden you get the wow. The sofa's gone. The That's the last thing. I'm saying that's the last thing you'll want, isn't it?
I mean, you spray it on your taps and bang, and it goes clean.
Well, nobody wants that. Put them on the taps and... The taps have gone. I mean, it's an unfortunate name. If you're being so pedantic this morning about Shanghai, I may say.
Well, I think I have a valid point with Shanghai.
All right, so they're doing... What's the parent company called?
Reckitt Benckiser. And the great thing about Reckitt Benckiser is that many years ago, it sold... Well, it was part of Reckitt Coleman at one time.
So of course.
Yeah.
Coleman, let me know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, you know, they decided on one occasion to get rid of Coleman's mustard.
Oh, they did are the Colemans. Did
they did make Coleman's mustard. And I can't imagine, you know, how the board meeting went when somebody sort of said, I think we'll sell off Coleman's mustard.
Well, they got rid of Coleman. You don't see them anymore, so they were partially successful. But the mustard, there was the rock on which the empire was built.
Well, you're absolutely right.
I don't like mustard. I can't bear mustard. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I can't bear the mustard. I can't bear it now. I can't. Oh, there it is. Everyone's looking at me now like I'm crazy.
I have mustard on everything.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you mean everything?
Mustard on pork is quite nice.
That's all right.
I have different kinds of mustard.
So do I, yeah.
I don't think, all right.
American hot dog.
Whole grain ones?
No, okay, but American hot dog mustard.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dijon mustard, English mustard.
French mustard?
French mustard.
I'm thinking that's all to be said about
Okay, talking about names. Somebody tipped me off on this thing that was going on eBay. Have you heard about it?
Well, I'll show you this tip-off. I'm aware of what you're going to say because there is something of a contretemps brewing because there may be a line in the sand drawn on eBay. There may have been a line in the sand. And I'll be... David never names his sources, do you, David? So, who told you this?
Well, it was...
Was it in Metro?
No, it wasn't in Metro. Who was your source on this story? Go on.
It was you.
Yes, I tipped him off on this story. And give us what the story is, because there's a line in the sand here. We've celebrated it, all these things, you know, these wackos who are selling wardrobe doors that have the face of the Messiah in them, and all of this. We've done that. However, there comes a point when you just think, oh, no. That's it. The internet has got to be, as we know, which is a rolled-up newspaper. The internet has got to stop now. Tell us, David, what is it?
This is a woman who's auctioning the rights for people to name her baby.
For commercial purposes? For commercial purposes, Your company's name, and her belly is on eBay, her swollen abdomen, with written on it, your company's name on my baby. It's going to be born in 2 months, and she's saying, you've got rights to the baby, all commercial, and naming it. After your company, my baby, and it's on eBay, isn't it?
And that's right. And bids starting at $2 million.
Is it $2 million? I seen the one that's 5,000. There's a few on there now. I mean, because the forehead advertising has been on there a long time.
Yes,
the forehead advertising, and people willing to change their names. But this is somebody saying, my unborn baby can bear your company's name. Now, I'm saying there is a line in the sand. What is your take on this?
I just think, you have to be very innovative if you want to make money. And you have to be first in there. But I mean, there's somebody else.
Would you change your name for money?
Oh, yeah.
Would you?
Call me Glaxo.
David GlaxoSmithKline.
Well, why don't you just have done with it and wear sandwich balls? It's honest living.
Just call me Unilever Quo. I mean,
you really wouldn't mind. How about one of your own children? Supposing somebody approaches it, would look at £1 million in your account for to call your... What was the name of that cleaner you just mentioned?
Cillit Bang.
Would you... Actually, that sounds like... Forgive me, that sounds like an Oriental name for me.
David, what kind of company is going to go in for this? I mean, is it going to be your Glaxos? Is it going to be your Sainsbury's? Or is it going to be Joe Schmo's used automobiles?
What's the name of your father's company?
Apollo Sewer and Plumbing.
There you go. Get on the phone to Jack and say, Dad, if he had the $2 million, that baby is going to be called Apollo Sewer and Plumbing Henderson. Isn't that how it's working?
Well, that's right. And you could use the baby, for the rest of its life. And you can just sort of keep on...
I've just been reminded by the newsroom, of course, earlier on this week, Jimmy White changed his name by deed poll.
Yes, he did, of course he did.
To Jimmy Brown. Because of HP Sauce sponsoring the Brown Ball.
In that, here we
in snooker tournaments this year.
But a 40-odd-year-old snooker player, a jaded one at that, a man who, can change it straight back again, an unborn child... I know I'm no John Gaunt here, but this is how Gaunty would treat that story. The baby, little baby you love. The gap is getting longer. He should sell advertising space in the gaps between his heads. And then. Or is that just me? They should sell advertising space in those gaps there. There's plenty of opportunity there, but a little baby, the type you all love, give him a hug, give him a kiss. And they're calling it GlaxoSmithKline and all of this. Your take on this is it's legitimate business?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is first mover advantage. I've never seen anything like this. Although there's somebody in Australia that's starting it now, yeah?
All right, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to detract, from this woman's innovation.
It is an innovation, and you'll closely follow this, and it is.
I'm just surprised I didn't think of it first.
So, can I just read you a deathless quote here, actually from Jimmy White. It says, the HP Saul sponsorship of the brown ball really puts the fun back into snooker.
Yeah. So ever since Snooker Loopy got banned, we needed something. Let me run some of these Chinese takeaway names we've been run by. We're trying to round up 100 names of Chinese restaurant takeaways. Your local one, please. Doesn't have to be a spectacular name. We're not looking for the funniest or the best, just the names of them, so we can see if there's a pattern. There's the McChina Walkaway in Chertsey. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. The MC Dragon, which is in Sutton. Yum Yums, King's Cross. Let me see if there's anything. The Sun Hose. What does that mean, Sun Ho? Does it mean anything?
The Sun Ho.
H-O. What does H-O mean? Anything?
I think the Sun. The Sun is the surname of the man who runs the place. Yeah.
It will be. Yeah.
It will be. Yeah. And Ho means good.
Oh, Sun. Oh, I always thought it was the other way around. I thought Ho would have been the surname and Sun would have been the when they put it on that. Your local ones are called again?
The Shanghai.
It's just the Shanghai, you said, with some bitterness. All right, give us another story there, David. Not what somebody.
Oh, okay.
In Haringey, the local Chinese called Andrea's Fish Bar. Andrea's Fish Bar? That is false advertising. Give us another one.
Okay, and it seems that 50% of people that were surveyed are very, very distrustful of this radio frequency ID chips.
What is this?
Well, these are
the RFIDs.
What is it?
Yeah, these are the chips that they're going to put into products, and they're so distrustful of it.
What is it?
Well, it's to track the product, when it's moving around the store.
You said this was good.
Oh, well, I do think it's good. Yeah,
moving around the store and out of the store.
Well, no, I don't think they're going to track it outside of the store. I mean, this is something that you're putting into the minds of.
This is the thing you said about before. They put a chip in there, and they see who's buying what. And,
well, yes.
And where are you?
Yeah.
And can you feel the chip? Is it an obvious chip? What is it?
Well, it's just in the clothes. It could be in the collar of your shirt, or it could be in the belt.
Is that the noise it makes as you go around the supermarket?
If you want to find one, there's a lot of them in razors.
Is there a lot?
Yeah, those are the funny. You get a pack of those old wobbly razor blades.
Okay.
Open up the back of them, split it, and you'll find one inside.
They're tracking us all. Well, we'll discuss this more. In the meantime, this morning we are doing Given Half a Chance. What can people smell of in their homes? David, if you're absolutely honest, Amy, Mark, and I, what do we smell of? If you're being honest, to you, what do we smell of?
Butter.